don't have the AC going and the windows are up.
So it's hot as hell in here right now.
Sweating.
It's hot as hell. Virginia is a really weird place because it can be 30 degrees one day and it feels like 80 degrees right now.
Yeah.
So it can literally just change. This state is malaria, pretty much. We'll both do it.
Sweet
Sweet
air.
God.
Oh.
It's hot as hell. Virginia, why you do this to me? This is terrible.
This guy has a telephone booth, you see?
Why does this... Hold on.
He's got a telephone booth.
Go pull
How
up to
long
that.
has it been since you've seen one of those in real life?
Pull up. Let's check it out.
I didn't even know they had telephone booths.
Where is that going?
We're in the Twilight Zone right now. Traffic.
Yeah.
Hey guys, today we're going to touch briefly on the bystander effect. And the bystander effect is when an incident happens and you're either a bystander or maybe you're driving by, walking by into an incident and you become a bystander to the event. And your personal responsibility based on the current situation. So here in Virginia, in our locality, you're not required to do anything. You're not required to jump in. You're not required to assist. As a civilian, you're not required to help out. But there's been a lot of things going on in the news lately, a lot of current events, a lot of past events that we take as examples, and we dust those off and we look at them as a training aspect, and we bring those forward and say, how can we improve on those incidents? How can we make better on those things? One of the things that I see a lot happening in these kind of incidents is people are just standing there and recording. They're not helping anything. They're just standing there on their smartphone and recording.
It's a really common phenomenon to see people just stand there and do nothing, or record it with their cell phones, which has its merit, collecting evidence, especially to help the victims of unfortunate situations like that. Definitely does help, but I think if more people had the fortitude and the substance to actually help their fellow man in a dire situation, the world would be a much better place.
The problem in today's society is everybody's worried about being sued. There's something, it's on the federal level now, it's called the Good Samaritan Law, and that protects you in a lot of different ways if you're helping within good reason to help an individual during an emergency situation, such as a vehicular accident on the highway perhaps. Again, you don't want to put yourself in harm's way if you can help it. And again, you're not looking for the white knight syndrome or trying to run in there and just be the hero of the day.
You shouldn't be, yeah.
Yeah, you're just there to help out and then go on about your day. But in today's society, everybody's so concerned about being sued.
I see something much worse though, and that is, it's uncool to feel like a white knight. It's uncool to feel like you're trying to be the hero, and people make it that way. You hear people say it all the time, mind your own business, mind your business. In my opinion, helping my fellow man is my business, and if you think it's not, I'm going to make it my business. And a lot of people don't want to act because it's not cool. It just seems...
Being part of a good community is doing those things.
Right. And it's frustrating to see people who literally their only excuse for not helping somebody is they didn't want to be seen a certain way.
There was a recent incident where a police officer was being attacked, and a Good Samaritan with a firearm came in and saved that police officer's life. So that's an example of a good time to intervene.
Right. I don't remember which city it was in, and there may have been multiple counts of this, but there was that situation where a woman was being raped, and in another one where a woman was being stabbed.
That was very recent. So the woman was being raped, and there was approximately 40 people watching this live on Facebook, and no one called it in.
Yep. Yeah, that's very recent actually.
Yeah, but you don't have to be a top dog commando in order to help in a situation. If you're the first person there or the first responder, then maybe calling 911 is the best way to handle that situation. You're not going to be able to handle every type of situation.
And it's also just not tolerating certain behavior, not tolerating bullying, not tolerating evil acts by other people, and knowing when to step in and to say, no, that's not going to happen. I've seen a few videos lately on a subway station, or like a subway train, where somebody was being bullied by like a racist person or something, and somebody stood up for them.
Yep.
And there was no violence, there was no fighting, there was no hitting. It was just the fact that somebody said, no, that's not going to happen. You need to stop, you need to leave. And the person eventually did. The same thing happens in a violent situation too. If you see somebody being bullied physically or being assaulted, being the Good Samaritan and stepping in is not you trying to be a hero, or it shouldn't be. It's you just trying to help your fellow man. Conversely, on the other side of that, on the other side of all of that, I understand things like shock and fear and how gripping it can be, and it can physically stop you from doing things. I'm not blaming anybody that doesn't help because of those things, because some people, we're all wired differently. We all have had different experiences that have made us all different people. So I'm not saying everybody out there is going to be the lion-hearted hero, but if you're not and you want to be, you should be working on yourself to make yourself that way, whether that be training with techniques, whether that's medical or whether that's combative, or working on yourself to just be a more courageous individual.
Seek training.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wherever it is, just get some training.
If you are going to be somebody that prepares themselves to help people in situations like that, seek training and be realistic about what you can and can't do. I think where the negative stereotype of like the white knight comes from is people that are too gung-ho. They're not realistic. They probably haven't trained. They have the attitude minus the training, and they make a situation worse. They exacerbate it by putting themselves in and causing more harm. That can be somebody with a firearm. That can even be somebody with like medical training, whatever it may be, especially if you're getting in the way of EMS, law enforcement, firefighters, all that. They already have a plan, and you're only seeing one part of it. And you say, oh, well, this is my chance. This is my chance to shine, or I think I can help this person. You know, you have to have situational awareness and see what's already going on around you. You don't want to get in the way of law enforcement and other aid workers.
Don't be afraid to admit your faults or weaknesses. I think that's a big thing that people are so afraid of, is being afraid to admit, I don't know how to do this. If I don't know how to do something, I'm the first person in the room to raise my hand and ask a question about it.
I would even say that before training is involved, having the right moral compass and right mindset is gonna be predominantly the most important thing, because you can definitely help somebody with no training, just pulling them out of a vehicle, things like that. Having the right attitude and the right view of life, I think, and having value for your fellow man is going to do so much. But to be a force multiplier in that regard, having training is going to be imperative. Having proper training and being realistic about what your capabilities are. If you're not happy with what your capabilities are, and I'm never happy with what I'm capable of, that's why I'm constantly training and learning, go seek training. And it doesn't have to be from us, it can be from anybody. Just get better. Constantly improve whatever skill it is that you want to learn every single day. Are you going to close it out? You
close it out.
Really?
I started it, so.
Really? Make me do it?
Yeah.
Alright guys, we hope you enjoyed the video. We're going to talk a lot more about this stuff in our candid little drives around town. If you liked it, comment down below. Tell us if you guys have a story of your own. Let us know, because we want to know what you guys have seen, whether it be on the news or in person, about people being bystanders versus people being proactive.